Hello students, welcome back to my channel Smart Engineer. My name is Pooja Subhash Rao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. Today we are going to discuss on the topic that is GSM, Global System for Mobile Communication, in which we will see these topics, that is what is GSM, GSM services, architecture, basic features, advanced features, advantages, disadvantages and future scope of GSM. Also the GSM protocol structure, localization and user calling, MTC, MOC, message flow, types of handover in GSM, signal flow, GSM security services and subscriber authentication in GSM. First of all, we will see the basic, that is what is GSM. GSM is a global system for mobile communication, originally Group Special Mobile, that is it is standard developed by European Telecommunications Institute, that is ETSI, to describe protocols for second generation, that is digital cellular networks used by mobile phones. So what is the GSM services? There are three services, that is telephony services, data services and supplementary services used in GSM. Now the GSM architecture, which consists of three systems: network subsystem, radio subsystem and operation and maintenance subsystem. This is the architectural diagram of GSM network, which consists of, first is the mobile station, in which SIM and ME, base station, network subsystem and other networks. In base station there are BTS and BSC with antenna. In network subsystem there is VLR, GMSC, EIR, HLR, AUC with home location. And in other networks there are PSTN, PLMN and internet is available. Now in network subsystem, it performs call processing and subscriber related functions, which includes MSC, that is mobile switching center, HLR is a home location register, VLR is a visitor location register, AUC is the authentication center, EIR is a equipment identity register and GMSC is the gateway MSC. Now we will see this is one by one. First one is the mobile switching center. In MSC, it is include that the GSM system for call switching and overall purposes, that is call processing and operation maintenance support and inter-network networking. MSCs are high performance digital ISDN switches. They set up connections to other MSCs and to the BSCs via A interface and form the fixed backbone network of a GSM system. Typically, an MSC manages several BSCs in geographical region. A gateway MSC, that is GMSC, has additional connections to the other fixed networks such as PSTN and ISDN. Using additional networking, an MSC can also connect to PDN, that is public data network, such as X.25. An MSC handles all signaling needed for connection setup, connection release and handover of connections to the other MSCs. Next one is the HLR, that is home location register. HLR is the most important database in GSM. It is stored as a user relevant information. This comprises static information such as mobile subscriber, that is ISDN number, MSI SDN number, subscriber services, etc. Next one is the VLR. VLR is the visitor location register. VLR associated to each MSC is a dynamic database which store all important information needed for the MS users currently in the LA, that is associated to the MSC. Example, IMSI, MSI, SDN, HLR address, etc. If new MS comes into LA, the VLR is responsible for it, which copies all relevant information for this user from the HLR. This hierarchy of VLR and HLR avoids frequent HLR update and long distance signaling for user information. Next one is the authentication center. As the radio interface and mobile stations are particularly vulnerable, a separate AUC has been defined to perform the task that will be to protect the user identity, to protect data transmission. AUC may in fact be situated in a special protected part of HLR, and the AUC contains algorithms for authentication as well as the keys for encryption and generates the values needed for the user authentication in the HLR. EIR, that is Equipment Identity Register. EIR has three databases, that is blacklist, whitelist and greylist. Whitelist is the which contains those IMEIs which are known have been assigned to valid MS equipment, and blacklist contains IMEIs of MS which have been reported stolen or which are to be denied services for some other reasons. Also, grey list contains IMEIs of MS which have problems, for example faulty software, there is not however sufficient warranty, that is blacklisting वगैरह वगैरह. Next one is the radio subsystem, which management of radio network and controlled by a MSC. One MSC control many radio subsystem which consist of BSC and BTS. BSC, we know that what is BSC. BSC is the base station controller and BTS is the base transceiver station. BSC performs these operations like manages BTS reverse radio frequencies, which handles handover from one BTS to another within the BSS, which perform paging of the MS, and BSC also multiplexes the radio channels onto the fixed network. Also, BTS means what? BTS can form a radio cell or using sectorized antennas, several cells and connected to MS via interface. As shown in the figure, we know that. Base station controller. It is connected to MSC, which control one or more BTS. As we discussed earlier, it switches traffic and signaling to from BTS and MSC. It is connected terrestrial circuits and channels on the interface, which controls handover performed by BTS and frequency allocation and power control. In this figure, it shows that how BTS works. Base transceiver station. BTS maintains air interface and minimize transmission problems, paging information, radio level power control, BTS identification, chiffering and speech processing. Figure shows that how it works. Next one is the operation and maintenance subsystem. The OMC and control all other network entities via the O interface. SS7 with X.25. OMCs use the concept of telecommunication management network, that is TMN, as standardized by the ITU-T. Typical OMC management functions like traffic monitoring, status reports of network entities, subscriber and security management, accounting and billing, etc. Now we will see basic features which are provided by GSM, that is call waiting, call hold, call bearing, call forwarding, multi-party call conferencing, like this. In call waiting, notification of an incoming call while on the handset. In call hold, put a caller on hold to take another call. In call bearing, all calls, outgoing calls or incoming calls. In call forwarding, calls can make sent to various numbers defined by the user. Multi-party call conferencing is link multiple calls together, that is merging of calls. Now, advanced features of GSM. Calling line ID, that is incoming telephone number display. In alternate line services, there is one person for personal call or business call. Closed user group is the call performed by dialing last four numbers. Advice of charge is the tally of actual costs of phone calls. Also facts and data, there is a virtual office or professional office. And in roaming, services and features can follow customer from market to market. Now, advantages of GSM, that is crisper, cleaner, quieter calls, security against fraud and eavesdropping, international roaming capability in over 100 countries, improve battery life, efficient network, efficient use of spectrum, advanced features such as short messaging and caller ID, wide variety of handsets and accessories, high stability mobile fax and data up to 1900 baud, ease of use with over the air activation, and all account information is held in a smart card which can be moved from handset to handset. Now, disadvantages of GSM is the released and missed calls, safety issues, competence, etc. Now we will see GSM protocol structure. In this figure, it shows that the how GSM protocol structure is that, which consists of interface, AB's interface and A interface. In interface, there is MS. In AB's interface, there is a BTS. In A interface, there is BSC and MSC. In layer 1, physical layer handle all radio specific functions, which includes the creation of birds according to the 5 different formats, multiplexing of birds into TDMA frame, synchronization with BTS, detection of idle channels and measurement of the channel quality on the downlink. The physical layer at uses GMSK for digital modulation and perform encryption and decryption of data. That is, encryption is not performed end to end but only between MS and BSS over the air interface. A GSM physical layer tries to correct errors, but it does not deliver error on data to the higher layer. Different logical channels of GSM use different coding schemes with different correction capabilities. Additional protocols are used at AB's and A interface. Data transmission at the physical layer typically uses pulse code modulation, that is PCM system, while PCM systems offer transparent 64 kilobits per second channels. GSM also allows for the sub-multiplexing of 4 16 kilobit per second channels into a single kilobit per second channel. The physical layer at A interface typically includes base leased lines with 2 megabit per second capacity. LAPD is a used for layer 2 at ABS. BTSM for BTS management signaling system number, that is SS7, is used for signaling between MSc and BSc. This protocol also transfers all management information between MSc, HLR, VLR, AUC, EIR and OMC. An MSc can also control a BSS via BSS application part, that is BSSAP. Thank you.